to eliminate the remaining members of the Sandow High group who still refused to stay down. One of them jumped up, pressing his foot forward to attack Hao Nian, but he paid little attention. "Did you want to die daring to hit me?" At that moment, Hao Nian was very angry. He growled loudly, chanting, "Touch the general, seize the flag." The stance like splitting bamboo. With just a smile, he would conquer Yan Zhao. Then he pushed the straight stance move directly into that ungrateful guy, who took a full strike from Hao Nian. Another man was being restrained by the powerful energy of Zhang Mingse. He was screaming, not knowing how to escape, while Zhang Mingse continuously applied force to bind him tightly. "No matter how much you resist, you won't get out of my grasp." Over here, another man was tormented by the combined power of Ding Xuanchu and Nangong Yan, with Haimo Jishui cooperating with Zhu Keijian, blasting this unlucky fellow to pieces. Suffering heavy losses among his comrades, Zhu Baitian was furious and unwilling. He concentrated his energy to counterattack. But it wasn't that easy. Su Tianshan dodged everything and even mocked him, calling him a weak little brother. At that moment, Su Tianshan displayed her ability, multiplying herself into many Su Tianshans, all rushing toward a single target. Zhu Baitian. The girl was utterly relaxed, attacking Zhu Baitian as if she were flirting with a young man, unabashedly hugging him tightly, causing him such pain that he couldn't move, even complimenting Zhu Baitian as handsome with passionate fiery energy. Amid the continuous assault, Zhu Baitian's tail wound tightened around his neck, blood-tinged mucus flowing relentlessly. Su Tianshan was gentle like a fairy, but her tail's attack on him was anything but gentle. She even retorted that dying like that was well-deserved. In contrast to Su Tianshan's sweetness, Feng Wuji was decisive. His swordsmanship sweetly and swiftly crossed Ouyang Yi, leaving her motionless and speechless. Then, a final remark was heard, "He's a monster." Afterward, Wuxi paid no attention, boldly ordering everyone to immediately assemble and leave the secret realm. Xiao Chan quickly slipped back into the traitor's body. First, they had to save the hero. Feng Wuji, while assisting the traitor, loudly entrusted the task to Jinhai Dewang. Our protagonist felt much relieved, smiling softly at Feng Wuji's urgent demeanor. At this point, there was no turning back. The group of old men from the Sandow High gang screamed in terror, unable to believe their faction had been defeated. Meanwhile, Yan Zun's voice rose amid the chaotic battle formation, acknowledging that the Xia was truly formidable. Yet he still dared to approach and move close to the Jiangshan group, trying to politely suggest that everyone leave the secret realm and to take the proud spirits back. However, unfortunately for him, this intention was not approved. Ji Lingqiu immediately refused and emphasized that if anyone wanted to lift the restriction, everyone must first exit. Yan Zun tightened his expression and asked, "What do you want to do to me?" In Wutu, his favored disciple and the child he trusted the most. Until today, Yan Zun had completely lost that hope. He bowed his head before everyone and mourned for In Wutu because previously he had regarded In Wutu as a son. This guy shouted loudly at Ji Lingqiu, as if blaming him for everything. All his suffering was caused by Ji Lingqiu and Jiangshan's group. Yet Ji Lingqiu still did not respond. Seeing Ji Lingqiu not resist, now revealing a demonic demeanor and planning to vent all his frustration in this battle, Yan Zun forced Ji Lingqiu to hand over Jiangshan to him. If he did not agree, then everyone here and the secret realm would be destroyed. Having endured until now, the core spirit seemed decided to let Xiao Jiu appear. The little girl crawled out from the ring on his hand, and Ji Lingqiu even told Xiao Jiu to greet Yan Zun in front of him. Looking at the tiny Xiao Jiu, Yan Zun was somewhat embarrassed, but his tone remained very unpleasant, asking why someone would call a little girl here. It seemed that Xiao Jiu's cuteness would soften him, but he was still very fierce. He even threatened, "Bring out the dagger quickly, or I'll kill this child. Just so you know, this is your best choice." In such a tense moment, Ji Lingqiu whispered into Xiao Jiu's ear, "You heard that, right? This person wants to kill your father." If so, Xiao Jiu quickly understood and nodded slightly. Then he turned to glance at Yan Zun in front of him, changing his tone by 180 degrees. "Then I will eat him." In just a fleeting moment, Yen Zun was caught off guard by what he saw before him. The entire scene was filled with tens of billions of Jiao Shizhong, violently erupting and spreading across the city, covering the entire sky. Seeing this terrifying sight, Yen Zun suddenly realized that Xiao Jiao was no ordinary child. He firmly called Xiao Jiao the Muchong Siyuan of Jiao Shizhong. Ji Lingqiu agreed with this, nodding in affirmation. Indeed, standing before the man who now had no way out, he unleashed his full power, soaring high as he expanded his strength. Tianran Huafa. Ji Lingqiu calmly turned and told Xiao Jiao to go play somewhere else to avoid the little girl getting hurt. At this moment, Yen Zun transformed into the Judieo blazing dragon, appearing blazing red with a gigantic dragon head that lunged forward to attack Xiao Jiao first. He believed that by killing Xiao Jiao first, the billions of venomous insects would become ineffective. Aware of this intent, Ji Lingqiu countered with his heavenly acceptance hard shield technique. But Yen Zun still refused to stop. He unleashed the Wan Jian Guetong technique to sweep everything away, forcing those around him to endure the terrifying heat. Gu Kaitian struggled to stand firm against the oppressive force emitted. He concluded that this was something beyond their ability to interfere with. Ji Hong'en felt scorching heat all over his body. He had to retreat several meters and exclaimed that he had never seen fire-type rules this powerful before. Yet all attention shifted to Xiao Jiao. The two elderly men stared at the girl in bewilderment because she said something that left them speechless. Wasn't this just a small flame? Was it really that formidable? Yen Zun was truly terrifying. He howled wildly amidst the thick layers of fire, threatening to kill everyone, including those who did not respect him. The fiery flames summoned by Yen Zun quickly filled the entire space. Facing him directly was Ji Lingqiu, who was still mustering his strength to withstand this dreadful power. He urged a hidden figure to step forward and assist him. With that, the light from old Jiang Shuangge's axe technique appeared, interrupting Yen Zun's fiery storm. Now, Yen Zun was stunned as his strength was subdued, while above, Jiang Shuangge's dark cloak fluttered into view. Only then did the dignified figure appear before Yen Zun. Jiang Shuangge flew high and spoke down in a firm tone. This doesn't look good, does it? Just 2 moves and already shaken. At the sight of the familiar person, Yen Zun's face twitched with displeasure. You just returned from Digu? Jiang Shuangge remained strong and looked up to retort. That's right. I came back to show you what the hell on earth really is. Yen Zun was so furious he couldn't stand it. That damned old bastard. Meanwhile, Jiang Shun and his teammates had successfully escaped the secret realm. When Yen Zun learned of this, he became even angrier. He gathered energy into his palm and screamed wildly. Attempting to fly over to stop the traitorous group's departure, Kuang Xian quickly blocked him with an axe. Outside, after many hardships, Xiao Jiao happily embraced her father. Everyone hurried over to ask about his condition. Perhaps the most anxious was Master Gu Kaitian. In response to everyone's concern, he reassured them by saying he was fine. The most precious child of the traitorous group was Xiao Jiao. The girl spoke boldly and comforted him. Don't worry, father. When the dust bugs come, I'll eat them. Before long, that swarm of dust bugs returned and was about to open the curtain on Yen Zun's tragedy.